Welcome back to Thrive America. I'm your host, Brent Brooks, and joined by J. Mark Walker,
Mr. Alan Yurick, Prince Nair,
joined by business coach, action coach, CEO and co-founder of Axiom Franchise Advisors, and I'm joined by PR expert, Mr. Mark Weisbrod, venture catalyst, Russell Fair, Jay Cap, Chris Spears.
We're always looking for ways to build bridges of trust, build bridges of relationship.
Hi, welcome back to Thrive America. I'm your host, Brent Brooks, and joined by very special guest, John Hollner. John, thanks so much for being a guest on our show today.
Brent, thank you so much for the opportunity. I've been looking forward to it.
Well, great to have you. John works as a business strategist, and what that means is he will help you and your company navigate your way through this economic climate that we're in. Absolutely. And Lord knows we need a little help in this during this time we're in. So, John, we asked you to come up with some talking points, and you really blew me away with this 3 R's of marketing in a down economy. So, educate us on what the 3 R's are, and I guess we'll start with the first R of marketing in a down economy. So, help me understand there.
That first R is actually resources. What I find is a lot of business owners, when you ask them, well, what are you doing for marketing right now? They're like, oh, I don't have any money to do any marketing right now. But what I try and challenge people on is really asking and redefining what your marketing resources are, as well as what you basically can do to improve the marketing that you're already doing and the resources that you're already allocating in that direction.
Well, great. Tell me, there's a lot of definitions of marketing. Tell me what you mean, what your definition of marketing is.
Right. Well, let's start with just a marketing budget. And when most people think of budget, what do they think of? They think of money. But the reality of the scenario is you actually have several other things that are intangible that have value. What kind of goodwill have you engendered for your clients? What kind of location do you have? And more importantly, what kind of a client list do you have today? Your client list is critical and has huge value to the right people.
Well, when I think of marketing, maybe this is a misconception that many people have, I immediately think of marketing equals advertising.
Well, yeah, that's another challenge is how do you define marketing? If all of your marketing money is right now going toward advertising, that's only one facet of marketing. What I have is a program that actually shows business owners 8 different marketing channels. Those marketing channels are advertising, but also public relations or PR, business networking, trade shows as their own entity, promotional products, signage, and a lot of companies give me a hard time about signage because they say, oh, I'm a home-based business or I don't have an office, and there's still things you can do with signage. Referrals as their own category, and lastly, the internet. And what I try and teach people is how to look at all of these different channels, 3 of which don't cost you anything: business networking, public relations, and referrals. A lot of times won't cost you anything. So if you don't have money, you still have an opportunity to take advantage of these different marketing channels.
John, what can I do to you to add video and make it a 9-prong marketing? Add a little video media.
Well, obviously, video is a major component of what's going on with the internet right now. And video is obviously also part of advertising. That's, what I define as advertising is print, radio, TV, and, DVDs, direct mail. So it's really important to think about how you can get in front of as many people and replicate the repetitious things of your business, such as a sales presentation that you could put onto a DVD that's more lively and entertaining for a client to actually review. And if you set it up properly, they'll be predisposed to listening to it. So you can use that marketing piece of video as a means of pre-qualifying people, whether it's a DVD or it's online, so that you can save your time resources and focus more on doing the business of actually getting customers and getting them to give you money.
Score 1 for blank stage. John, I'm going to pay you $20 like we agreed to.
Absolutely.
It's great though, and I think what's so great about this, and I'm guilty of this as well, is when we're marketing our business, we don't focus on what's working. We don't really think about, hey, what's really working for me?
Exactly.
We just kind of go out there willy-nilly and think about, oh, I'm going to put money here, put money there, and there's not a lot of test and measure going on. Right. We've had past guests, Prince Nair comes to mind, Rick Crane, who have talked about test and measure your marketing. And what John is kind of referencing here is that John puts together an 8-pronged strategy for you. And just by listening to the show, maybe you can think about some of these different strategies. When you focus on, where does the focus on optimization come into play?
Yeah, and that's really when I talk about how you're already allocating your marketing resources, a lot of people will, again, not necessarily keep track of where they're spending their money. They might have a loose idea in their head, but they haven't actually written down on paper where the money is going. So it's, for starters, like you were just saying, tracking and measuring. If you're not doing that right now, you can't make proper marketing decisions in the future. That's why it's so critical for new business owners, and this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see new business owners make, is they don't track where their marketing returns are coming from. So usually what I want to do is try and sit down with someone and map out exactly what they're spending right now and where it's going, and find out what's actually working. Once you know what's working and what's not working, then you can make some decisions. Well, look, I've had all these other channels over here. Maybe I can reallocate some of this money and spend it on something new, or I see a lot of my business coming from this one arena right here. Maybe what I need to do is direct more resources from these non-performing areas and put it into setting up more formalized systems or more aggressive approaches in the areas that are working.
John, I know you love it when you have a client and they have an aha moment.
Absolutely.
And maybe we can have some aha moments on our show today, which would be awesome, or have aha music, the aha band from the 80s.
Thanks, I'm going to have that in the head for the rest of the day.
Take on me. So, and there's some strategies we talked offline a little bit about the fact that, like some strategies that you see going on the internet, some affiliate marketing, and how you can take that principle and apply it to your business. So think about that as you're watching the show. What are some examples that you can tell us of companies that are using this and so forth, and taking advantage of this principle?
Right. Well, one primary area, the referrals section alone, is where a lot of times when I sit down and say, okay, where's most of your business coming from? The business owner is going to say, well, it's coming by word of mouth. Okay, so what are you doing to get more referrals? And I get a blank stare. So that is, quite frankly, if you're getting a lot of your business right now by referral, but you're not doing anything to try to get more referrals, that would be an immediate area that I would encourage you to start taking a look at right away.
All right, John. We're going to come right back and talk about the second R of the 3 R's of what to do in a down economy. 3 R's of marketing in a down economy. We'll be right back with you, John.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.